Let's go now live to Jerusalem, where France 24's Noga Tarnopolsky is standing by. Noga, this is a rapidly developing story. A lot of things have happened over the past couple of hours. Boil it down for us, if you will. What's the very latest?
Well, I could boil it down just by saying Donald Trump woke up and he didn't like what he saw. This is a messy Middle East. I mean, it's hard to know where this will go. And Donald Trump may also just get bored, as he seems to have gotten bored with the Gaza quagmire, where initially he said he was going to, make peace in a day. Then he said he was going to turn it into a resort enclave, and then he seems to have forgotten about it. But regarding today, Israel and Iran were hit very hard by each other. Israel with missiles, including, as you just quoted the president saying, a 400-kilo Radar missile that was a direct hit on the safe rooms, on the bomb shelters of some flats in Beersheba. At least 4 people are dead there. Israel hit Tehran and other sites in Iran very hard. The Israel Defense Forces said that it hit ballistic missile storage sites, launching pads, launchers, and one nuclear scientist whose name I haven't yet been able to get. And then Donald Trump announced the ceasefire. It seems to have been something almost unilateral. He seems to have informed both parties that he wanted the ceasefire and understood from both parties that it was a thumbs up on that. But these ceasefires tend to be very, very ragged, and we have to see. The Israelis may have made a small tactical error today by coming out really strong. Immediately, once this missile was directed over the northern Israel, both the defense minister and the chief of staff of the Israeli army made very bombastic announcements about very powerful Israeli retaliation they were planning in Tehran. But that retaliation has not yet been launched. And so they're now caught in the middle, criticized by the American president for having done something that they just planned but haven't yet done.
Indeed. And Donald Trump on his Truth Social said something like, Israel, do not drop those bombs. If you do, it is a major violation. Bring your pilots home now. A quagmire, as you said. Absolutely. I mean, where does this leave the Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu?
It leaves the Israeli Prime Minister now visibly exposed. I mean, all along, from June 13th and the launch of Israel's operation against Iran, it's been clear that Netanyahu took a bet. He made a risky bet, which is that he would be able to persuade Donald Trump to join in the fighting and that would end the nuclear project completely. I think in part when you heard Donald Trump's peek at the questions, the very legitimate questions asked by those journalists, questions we should all be asking and armies and governments should be asking, I think part of his peak is that he feels he was promised, in part by the Israelis, that if he intervened with U.S. B-2 bombers, the Iranian nuclear project would be eradicated, would be over. He clearly believes that it is. To my knowledge, neither the U.S. military nor the Israeli have said that they have that knowledge just yet. And that's a gap between military culture and politics as it is operated today. But in a month or two, this could take time. We may find out that Iran was able to hide its enriched uranium. We may be able to find out that no, that in fact that program was demolished, and we'll have clear results. But in the meanwhile, Prime Minister Netanyahu he risked everything on his relationship with Donald Trump. In recent days, it seemed to have worked out for him because Donald Trump did something no other American president agreed to do, and that is use American forces to attack Iran, a huge diplomatic and personal success for Netanyahu. But now this entire Iran operation is sort of signed by Donald Trump, and so he will have these reactions, and he may not like the fact that Prime Minister Netanyahu is responding principally to domestic needs of his own.